Previously on Ray's Repairs, we pulled the trans out of a 2010 Tahoe and replaced the rear main crankshaft seal.
See if this thing's gonna dump fluid. Oh God, it's everywhere. That's terrible. Look at that. I mean, I tried. I used the up. Oh man, what? That was stupid. Are you serious? Hi everybody, welcome back. This is the back side of a 5.3 liter in a 2010 Chevrolet Tahoe. We just replaced this rear cover due to an oil leak down here at the rear main, and it is now time to begin the torquing sequence of all these fasteners. I put this thing up on here last night, but I have not yet torqued it. So we are going to pick up right where we left off, initializing actual clicks now. Oh, by the way, hi everybody, good day to you. Oh, that one's not tight at all. Click. A couple more to go right here. These get torqued down to 22 foot-pounds of torque. I missed these top ones entirely. That's why you just can't trust your gun. Because I did hit these with a little mini impact. But you can see that wasn't enough. Ah! Trans fluid just got on my leg. Yeah, I know, right? Weird job to have, not liking oil. Finalized click. Okay, trans is ready to go back in pretty soon, but we should probably clean up some of this residual oil right here. Make it nice and shiny. Oh no, defective can. Another! Yeah, let's try this again. Nice and shiny. Alrighty, next up, our flex plate needs to go in. This goes on one direction, so don't flip it in and out. And it is to be oriented properly with the bolt holes, which I do not have right now. I think that's, yeah, there we go. A little bit of a Loctite thread locker. It's the green kind, so you know it's good. And as always, I'm starting all the bolts first before applying any torque. This came with yellow thread lock, but I don't have any in yellow, so I gotta use the green. It is what it is. Okay, begin applying clickages now. Alrighty, incoming actual clicks, but we need to hold this flywheel flex plate so it cannot rotate. We will do such things with more pry bar. I'm just gonna stick this in right here and catch one of these teeth. Maybe right there. And then I can apply actual clicks. See if I can work this out here. Nope. Try it on this side. There we go, figured it out, that's the spot. This is moderately awkward. We're good here. Alrighty, let's go fetch the trans and get her rolled back over here. It's time to install our unit. Now it's very critical at this point that we do not drop this on the ground. That would be kind of bad. Come on. Alright, trans, get on in there. Okay, we're getting close. Let's go ahead and start letting the truck back down. How are we looking? A little more. All right. So I've got the wiring harnesses tucked up so they're not going to get pinched between the trans and the engine block. We just need to navigate around those cooler lines, and we have the dipstick tube to contend with. Other than that, this thing should go in quite swimmingly. We just need to raise it up and align these holes. There's one on either side with the dowel pin that's sticking out of the back of the block. Moving on up. So far, so good. It's a little tedious. I need to move the line and move the dipstick kind of simultaneously to get this to fit. There we go. Uh-oh. I'm out of there. Okay, I have the dipstick tube lined up, so that's starting to go in. Just to make sure these lines stay clear and we get the trans past it. We'll go up, push her forward, and I can start those bell housing bolts. There's already 2 of them in the holes up at the top. Those are the difficult ones to reach. What? Aha, there we go. We're almost home. We're getting close. All right, the right side dowel pin is in, and the left side is getting close. Yeah, that's almost in. I think we're there. Okay, we've come this far. I'm going to go ahead and put 1 bolt in each side, and we're going to tighten those down, and that's going to draw the unit flush with the engine block. And that's going to seat it with the dowel pins and allow for proper alignment to be achieved. And we cannot put a trans in without those pins in place because the alignment will just not be right. And that is back. Just a little bit at a time. All right, it's seated and flush. I'm gonna let it down some, as much as I can really, because I need to reach up top and get those mounts and 2 other bolts in place. I'm also inspecting to make sure that there's nothing pinched in there, and there is not. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and run all these bolts in. If you remember from the removal procedure on the other video, there's not much to see, so I'm gonna check back in 1 minute with you as soon as I get all that stuff torqued down and tight. Be right back, don't go anywhere. Okay, so I've got all the bolts in. I'm just trying to get the nuts on the studded into those bolts, because these nuts are what holds a few of these brackets on. For example, I'm working on the fuel line bracket right now, which is at the very, very top. Then there's one more bracket, which is the next bolt hole to the right. That one's actually at the very, very top, and that's going to be the hard one. And that bracket houses the end of this vent tube right here, so I need to get that forward a lot and then attach that to one of the other studs too. You know, this is the moment in a job that actually really matters. It's where the details come into play. You know, this is stuff people will leave out. It's hard to do, easily skippable, and you can't do that. That's like that. That's that little extra. It's actually not extra. It's finishing properly. But it's also where corners get cut. Bracket click. Yeah, let me get this bracket over there. I'll have to reach around it from the other side and get that bolted on. There. All right, I think we're getting somewhere. We've got the very upper bolt on. We've got these 2 right here. That lower, these 2 on the side. The trans nut dipstick is in, and then the 2 at the top are in. Both of them have got their brackets installed, so the trans is now bolted in with the exception of the torque converter, which we'll do that from the front side later. I would like to, I think, well, let's go ahead and get the wires on, the connections made and everything. We can do that next. Let's see here. I can't see. That one goes this way. And you screw on right here. Click. Little safety clip that goes in, and then okay, this little guy gets tucked into that bracket right there, which I need to bend. Okay. Oh, get in there, bracket. I'm gonna need some pliers, I think, for that. Yeah, I don't have the hand power. Okay, we can get our shift cable installed next. That just kind of clips in like so. Put it back in park. Let's put those torque converter bolts in next, guys. What do you think? Good idea? Here, let's rotate this around again so we find those bolt holes. There's one. Oh, that was perfect alignment. Look at that. There we go. All right, here's one of these. Oh, I can't even reach. One bolt coming in. Now, what I'm gonna do is tighten these down almost all the way, but I need to leave some play in them because I've got to get all of them in before I can start applying torque. All right, long rod coming in. Ow! That was compound gravity. Did that wrong. Yeah, we'll just have to do this kind of manually-ish. There. Okay, that's mostly tight, not all the way yet, so we're gonna roll it around some more and get to the next one.
I'm using a ratchet and a socket on the crankshaft pulley bolt
Where are you?
to rotate the crankshaft and the flex plate in order to align the bolt holes.
A little too far. There we go. Bolt number 2 coming in. It's started. Let's finish it. Dang, bolt's not done.
So the camera angle doesn't really illustrate this, but there's no way to get onto these bolts with a straight on angle. I've got to use the universal joint here.
One. Check this out though, here's how we're gonna do this. There, now the socket can't move, can it? Yeah, massive click. There we go.
Sorry guys, the camera drifted down a little bit and you really can't see what I'm doing.
We're out of here. Quite tedious. Get on there, please. Got it. Lost it. Had it. More clickage. Not yet. There it is. That's our clickages. Yeah, 55 foot-pounds. Okay, last one. Last one. There it is. Haha! You didn't get me that time. Uh-oh. Lost my socket. Alright, try again with a different socket. That deep well one is MIA for the moment. It didn't go far. I just don't know where it went. There. See how I'm using the engine block to help me? It's holding the socket. No, you can't see. 'Cause I'm a terrible cameraman. There we go. Now you can see. Alright, finalized click action coming in. Alright. There. Alright. Good, I was getting noodle arm. We can get the starter set up and bolt it back in. Alrighty, 2 starter bolts coming in. Click. Double clickage. Give it back. in. Cover, click. All right, let's get this exhaust up into place, and then we'll raise the trans up and put the cross member in. I can't bolt the exhaust in just yet because I'm waiting for the gaskets to go on the ends of the collectors to arrive, but I can still put it in position because I can sneak those things in after the fact. And I'm doing that just to make some progress here. I'm not going to sit around all day just because there's parts that are not here yet. That would be dumb and inefficient. And I don't like to do dumb things inefficiently. I like to do them efficiently, if possible. And we're stuck. Come on, you get in there. Oh, I feel like I'm going to drop this. We're almost there. Alrighty, we're gonna need some lift. Not enough space here to get this thing to squeeze through. That's not gonna work. But that might, or it might not. Oh, come on. Get in there. All right, changing plans. We're gonna have to move this farther forward because that's definitely not gonna work. Ding. Whoa! Gravity saved the day. Did you guys see that? It was awesome. Let's try this again. Third time's a charm or something like that. Sure, why not? Stay there.
It's thinking about it. I know this. It's waiting for my head to get closer. I'm on to the situation here, and I'm gonna steer well clear of the danger.
Yeah, let's try to get this thing lined up as best I can. Put that in there. All right. That goes there. Any space. Our big old cross member is next. All right, whoa, noodly. My arms are the noodliest doing that kind of stuff. More altitude. There. As soon as I get this other bolt in. All right. Okay, it's safe. Let's let the jack down. Or pick the truck up. There. Okay, bolt number 2. Get in there. You know what? That's not right. I should do that. Going in the other direction. You run into clearance issues. super easy. Here, let's get that center bolt nut on the trans mount, and let's see about getting these guys tight right here. Slippage, clickage. Woohoo! Hey look, an O2 sensor. Let's plug that in while we're here. Yay! If I can draw your attention slightly upwards, I will begin the shaft insertion procedure now. It's still lubricated as indicated by the drip at the tip. That's from the last time we had it in. Get that in there nice like all the way. Oh, look at it, we got some spray action going on. Oops. All right, let's move out back a little bit and get the rear side of the shaft into its yoke. All right, let's get this guy in. Rotate. And these cups will sit into the yoke, and they've got a little tab here so it's not misaligned off to one side or the other. There. Keep my hand on it so it doesn't fall. Unsecured drive shafts are quite dangerous. They will jump out and hit you in the head. Okay, let's flip this around. The trans is in neutral, by the way. That's why I was able to rotate the shaft with such ease. And 11mm clicks incoming. Yeah. Do-do-do-do-do. One more. All right, drive shaft is in. Waiting on gaskets. Still waiting on gaskets. Story of my life. So I'm still waiting on gaskets, but look what I found here. Do you guys see it? I just happened to look up at this particular moment, and I see a twisted brake hose. Do you see that little loop-de-loop right there? That is bad. This caliper was flipped and twisted last time it was put on, and we just can't have that. So I think I'm in a particularly giving mood, and I would like to remedy this problem right here, because that'll cause a failure very quickly. So the question is here, can I get this caliper off without removing the wheel? I would really like to figure that out. I'm gonna try it, see if I can't just get this guy flippy-floppy. That way it's safe. I might have to take the wheel off. It is what it is. But this is a terrible oversight. I like these 20s. Yeah, let's give this guy a twist. There we go. Aha. See that? I've done society a favor. By correcting someone else's oversight. Who knows? Might have prevented a car accident. All right, finalized parts delivery. I got 6 new nuts for the exhaust flanges. They're blue, so you know that they're good. Got the driver's side gasket and passenger side gasket. So let's go sneak these guys up into place. Then we can get this exhaust bolted on. All right, there you go. Now we can't see, but there's like a groove cut at the top of this flange, and we just slip that little ring inside of that groove. In fact, you can see. Look, if I move that up there, now you can see. Now, as for the passenger side, we just sneak this guy up, and it slips into the manifold. So one of them goes into the Y pipe, the other goes into the manifold, just like so. Okay, so far so good. Now I just need to pick this Y pipe assembly up and get it mated to the exhaust manifolds up above. Not terribly difficult. Awkward, slightly. So I've got the stud bolts in on the driver's side. Let me line up this little flange here. Get on there, flange. All the way. Nice. And blue bolts coming in. Here's our first one. Blue nuts. They're nuts, not bolts. Can't believe I said nuts. All right, real quick, let's get a couple on this side just so both ends are secure. That one's threaded. That's 2. And numero 3 is over here hanging out in the dark. But I got it. And same thing on the bottom flange nut. And one more. Where's my last nut? I lost it. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay, I need to fetch my extension, swivel, and socket, tighten all that stuff down, and then we'll do the clamp back here. Extension cam. That's 3. All right, we are totally in the home stretch. Gotta get this O2 sensor back in, and then the rear clamp. Let's let it down and start it. Almost. Okay, O2 sensor click coming in. There we go. All right, back clamp. So I ended up taking the hardware off of this clamp just for ease of install, because I had to slip it around this. I should have thought about it and actually put the clamp on before I put the Y pipe in, but you know, I like to do things the hard way. And so I did. That's what I do. I think I'm still doing this the hard way. But that's what I do. Come on, get on there, please. Yeah, there we go. I think it's a 13. Yeah, it is. All right, hold that together. And the clamp will do the work for me. Kind of. Click. All right, got it. All right, let's do a quick recap on the tightness here. We've got the drive shaft straps on. This is good. Exhaust clamp, cross member bolts, tubing, wiring harness. We've got the trans mount, all those bolts. Transmission's bolted in, oil's cleaned off, we're kind of sprayed off. That has a gasket, that has gaskets, O2 sensors are in. I think we're good. Heat shield is on. What's up, buddy?
I'm putting this back. Indeed.
Ah.
I had these since the other day, but
I
I
know
want
where
to
is it
give
good?
them personally to to you. I didn't want to put it there sad.
Bro, I got trust in you, man. No worries, I got the trust. Alrighty, Tahoe's coming down. Let's go ahead and restart this thing. And we will obviously check it for exhaust leaks. I'm gonna start it up. It's gonna sit here and run for about an hour. I need to recheck for oil leaks. This was actually a slow leak and it took some time to present itself. So hence the hour that I'm gonna wait around for it. I'm not gonna make you guys wait around for it, but I gotta wait around for it. So let us reopen that hood. We gotta get the dipstick back in. It's over here on the floor. Come here. Let's see, wipe that off. That way we're not putting a dirty dipstick back into a clean hole. It's never a good idea. You know what, while we're here, so you guys don't yell at me, just check the oil level. I know I don't need to because it's not low, but it's not on camera. It didn't happen. Those are the rules. And survey says, can't see. It's not working. Let's try again. Right there, we're right here. Oh, you can't see, I'm a bad cameraman. We're right here on the third dot, 3/4 of the way up. Good oil level. Let's go ahead and restarting the engine. All right, moment of truth. All right, I heard no exhaust leaks. This is good. What? All right, moving back up. We're gonna go down one more time for the preliminary recheck, and I'll check this again in about an hour. That being said, I do believe that this recheck is going to bring this video to a swift conclusion. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making this video for you. If you did enjoy this video, you know the drill. Let me know about that by tapping that like button down below. If you did not enjoy this video, I offer to you my sincerest apologies, and I will do better at my job in the future. So again, and as always, thank you guys for watching, and most importantly, don't forget to have yourselves a great day. Non-oil leak confirmed. I should probably clean that off though. There we go. Residual drippages, can't have that. See you guys later. Into transmission. Okay, recheck time. This has been here for a while because the AC water is dripping all over the floor. So I do believe if we have a leak, we'll be able to identify it, and survey says negatory. I see nothing leaking here. No drips, no runs. I think we're all good. Closing it out. Having a great day. See you guys later.